Go live first or do Instagram first?
Go live, then go hit Instagram.
Okay.
I know you still gotta, it'll show in there, but you still want to make sure it actually goes live. So you press live? Okay. And you go to Instagram and go live.
Oh, right here. It's thinking.
Oh, you said it's thinking. It is thinking. Okay.
This one.
Yeah, no, good.
What?
I just noticed what? Crooked.
No, they took my.
Mount that's missing.
See, too much going on. Is Cindy in there?
Cindy.
I'm not even sure because there's no reason it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, studio equipment. It's just in the studio.
Let me borrow this.
Niggas.
I mean, I know it has been falling off lately, but I don't see why anybody would take it out of here if it just fell off.
Yeah. Without saying nothing to it.
Right. That makes no sense. All right. Oh, this is not big enough.
I think I might have two. I have two open.
Oh, it's for the time.
Because remember, it was that big one.
Damn.
Let's see. Phone's good. Make sure everybody signs in.
I don't know what.
Hanging on my neck, the bracelet matches a set. My brother name is Tina Dollar. Stop all that back and forth over the net. My mama wish I would have went corporate. She wish I would have went exec. I still turn to a CEO, so the lifestyle she respect. Hey, 2 sprinters to Quebec. Cherie, who they won't bet. They only giving niggas +1, so I never pull up to the Met. You know I gotta bring the set. You know I gotta bring the G block. You know I gotta bring the D block, cause you know I sticky.
It's okay.
I'm gonna just play Kiana and Justine while you get that together.
Okay, I think it is. I unmuted it. All in the right.
That's what happened when you got company over.
Man,
So your toys get broken,
Who got it?
misplaced. So no audio. That's when we started listening to that shit.
Yeah, that's what I just did. Hit unmute. I never seen that StreamYard up there like that though. Tap a comment on the screen. Tap comments. Comments. See if I can get that out.
that's a big sample. I'll get you.
Tap on comments.
Tap on comments.
Is that all the way up? But in stream.
In stream.
Oh,
gotcha.
Yeah. Ow. Ow.
Again. Just another Wednesday.
Hey y'all, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to the Lady Devine show at Busy One Radio. What's been going on? How y'all been? What's up? What's been going on? It's much warmer out there. How about that? The weather is nice.
Yeah, it's a trick.
It's a trick?
Yeah,
Yeah, because they said next week, guess what? Put your coat back on.
Nah, that little groundhog came out. He seen the shadow or something.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, they said it's gonna be early spring.
Oh.
I heard a rumor they snatched him out the hole.
Oh, they snatched him?
That's what I heard.
Shut
that. I can't even tell you who told me that.
Yep.
They went and found him and flushed him out. Like, really want no more winter. That's like
Now, tell me this. Who thought of that story? About the groundhog?
Can I say it?
No.
We
We gonna shut up. We gonna mums is the word. So we have our guest Ronald Hummons. He just flew in just to be on the show. So shouts out to Ronald. But so I heard Kim Kardashian has a new toy.
A toy?
It's Usher. And
Really?
Usher is gonna be the face of her new skincare line.
You said toy.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking you.
But
Yeah, I want somewhere else.
And you said Usher like that.
now y'all know he's not just gonna do skincare. He gonna be a toy.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
puppet.
So I don't know if Kim really wanna mess with Usher, because Usher got some other things going
He's
on.
pretty well connected. You know?
He's really connected.
You know, most of his life, he really didn't.
She gonna bring him down. No. Every black man she touched, it's the curse.
We
That's sad.
Every black man that she didn't touch.
And guess what? I ain't in Hollywood, so I only get to watch. I be sitting back doing nothing while people, keep up with the Kardashians.
you know what? I don't even turn on that show because I can't believe that you can get popular for being a hoe.
I know some popular hoes that ain't even on TV.
Ooh.
It's always been a thing, though, being able to get popular from the. That's nothing new for her.
Everybody can't be Paris
You
Hilton's
say
best friend.
It's not no.
That's a publicity stuff.
I'm gonna need them to cut it out. That's what I'm gonna need.
Being a holder made a lot of people rich.
Ooh wee.
I go over there. If I can hang with or whatever, and then I could blow up from being lazy and chilling. Like I do it too. I ain't about to be doing all that shit they do, but and then I could blow up from being lazy. But other than that, I have those opportunities. I ain't about to be doing all that shit they do, but real. And I could blow up from being lazy.
All right, what else going on? Talk to me.
They said, what's her name and her baby?
Who? Sexy Blue?
Sexy Red.
Oh, Sexy Red. You know I was being funny. But
This
okay.
is the sad thing. My opinion is the word, the title don't fit her, man. They should have called it. They could have called her Rapping Rodriguez or something.
Oh.
She reminded me of what's his name.
Who?
That's it though. That's the joke.
You said what's his name? What's his
Man.
name?
All I know is not a dude. I mean, it's not a female. She does not resemble a female. I hope this might not go viral enough for me to catch no smoke behind it. But they tricking my babies to thinking that these he/she's is the new up.
Oh yeah, I totally am against this.
That's right apart of all of that mixture and all that. So
Can y'all stop it?
She's plant those. I believe it.
Plant.
She's not talented. She ain't cute.
Man.
So for her to be as big as she is, she was what Rolling Stone magazine said she had the song of the year.
Man.
Get out of here.
It's numbers talk. And don't get me wrong, they do, but you know, who's really listening to that stuff? You got a bunch of slow kids that's into this stuff. And you know, they only get slower by the day.
You think it's slow kids? It's more than that.
All right, it's being dumbed down.
Well, I done been listening to all my OGs. Like I listen to Don Tripp, I listen to Starlito, I listen to UGK, of course I listen to Pac and all that. They be like, that's whack, daddy. They don't be moving in the car. They put on some Rowdy Rich or something or some. I just can't relate.
So, is it true that P. Diddy killed Biggie?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know neither one of them niggas.
You said it's true, like these
Is it-
investigators.
I don't know. I mean, that's what I heard.
I heard a lot of things.
It said that P. Diddy was getting arrested for the murder of Biggie.
Apparently, they caught Keefe D. Iron Man Diddy. At least that's my understanding of what I heard. I might be wrong, but again, I don't know neither one of them niggas.
They keep just trying to get paid for real.
And they paying him well too, because them interviews and he's gonna keep talking like Baby's little brother.
I don't think he'll get convicted.
For real?
They don't have no evidence for one. I think he just did that, came out and acted like he did it just so he can just try to get a platform. Yeah.
Man, it ain't worth it, y'all.
Okay, so what you said? It's some more stuff with Cat Williams, but people coming out the closet. What's up?
It's like some of my favorite rappers I heard went to a Diddy party. Like that shit harsh.
Well, they said a pastor was at.
It's harsh.
The pastor.
Not the pastor. I like TDJ. My mama
I
respected that man. With every wig she wore, she respected that man. And you at a Diddy party? What kind of sermon
he
was
probably
that?
was praying for people.
Man, I'm pretty sure he seen this inside of Hugh Hefner house while he was praying.
Oh,
He was laying hands on him, boy.
He was laying hands. He was. our parents weren't reading to our children, and therefore our children are like 2 years behind. So
Now, you know what, for real, the post-pandemic, pre-pandemic, so many people try to put trauma in the category, you know, with what happened with the pandemic, and our trauma, man, it surpassed that centuries ago.
A lot of
You know
people
what I'm saying?
just
I mean,
exposed during the pandemic.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So for all the people that work for a living, and I'm only speaking on this because of my experience, when everybody was shut down and sat at home and got to actually see what was going on when you used to be at work, that's what broke down. You know, it was really people just skating on things, like they do the bare minimum just to get by. It's more so like a scheme artist type of generation. Like if they, you know, they don't know how to be honest. They don't know how to commit to something. There's so many scapegoats, so many excuses.
all right, well, yeah, we're gonna take a break real quick, and we'll be back, and we're gonna talk about some things with Mr. Ronald Hummons, and thank y'all again for tuning in, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Kalima's Digital Practice, where we provide internal and external holistic healthcare and hair loss solutions for the entire family. Did you know that hair loss and other symptoms are often a result of poor nutrition and diet? When hair loss does occur, it gives the provider a clue to begin to figure out what may or may not be going on inside the body. As an iridologist, I've been uniquely trained to interpret the markings and patterns of your left and right iris. These unique patterns provide me with information about what's going on inside your body, which I in turn share with you immediately in a detailed professional report.
Yo, big up Cincinnati. This your boy Joe Dapper from Dada Shock World Music Sound, representing for Wet Wednesdays, Ladies Night Reggae, 9 p.m. through midnight, with exclusive poetry and open mic sessions, and the hottest reggae, dancehall, and Afrobeats and R&B in the city. So come hold a vibe at the Cali Bar and Grill, 1227 California Avenue, Cincinnati, Ohio. Come catch me there. Boom.
All right, we back, y'all. Thanks for tuning in again to the Lady Devine Show with Busy One Radio. Yay. And so we did tell you that we had a guest, Ronald Hummons. And Ronald has a couple books out right now, and he's done some amazing work statewide. And let's talk about, Ronald, how you grew up.
Man, I grew up, my story is the regular poverty story. I was conceived by rape. I was adopted at the age of 5 to a man, boy, that used to beat me till he drew blood. By the age of 11, 12 years old, I went looking for my biological father. And this dude was a whole crackhead and a heroin addict. I did my first robbery with my daddy when I was 12. That left a man dead by his hands, not by mine. Yeah, it was crazy, man. I mean, we slept on park benches. We were kicking doors of abandoned houses over in Covington. My daddy, he taught me everything bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it was never nothing good that came out of it.
Nothing?
Yeah. Like I said, I did my first robbery at the age of 12.
Wow.
And then from there, I did more robberies after that, just to help him support his drug habit. It was crazy, man, growing up downtown. Went from there to, to my teenage years. Now I was fully embraced with this street stuff. And the crazy thing about it was, for real, I really wasn't no street nigga, for real. I was a good kid, for real, you know what I'm saying? But I was, forced to grow up in this environment that I had to learn how to be tough. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to be street.
I call it playing the hand you was dealt.
That's it. For me, it was kind of like it was a TV role. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to learn how to play that role. Because I wasn't that kid, for real. But I became it though, and when I became it, man, it got real ugly. Like, I mean, kidnapping dudes and
What?
yeah,
She got the whole shebang.
we was, man, really going crazy out there. And then went to prison for 7 years.
So at what age did you go to prison?
In my early 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, when I had the crazy thing about it was I went to prison over some street niggas. I got set up. The setup girl set me up to get robbed for a couple of things.
Wow.
And so when we end up going and then kidnapping her, so she can set the guys up that robbed me, and the guys called the police on me. Some dudes from Avondale. It was funny, but it was good
Their
though.
plan failed.
Yeah, you know, in the streets.
Police. I mean, street niggas call the police. That's crazy.
So I shot one of them accidentally. So that's the reason why they told them.
Accidentally shot his ass.
No, it was an accident. 'Cause I was pistol whipping him, and the gun actually went off, and I shot him. Yeah, so no, it was an accident. I can say that.
So you got 7 years for robbery?
No,
Kidnapping.
And so they had a bunch of charges on me: attempted murder, felonious assault, kidnapping. And I was facing 44 years.
44.
Yeah, so I copped out. That's how I got, so less of time, but I got it. But it was cool though. It wasn't as bad as it wasn't as bad as it sounds. Because I mean, like I said, I could have did a lot more time for real.
So in prison, what type of things were you doing?
When I first got there, honestly, I was clowning because I was young, and this was a whole new environment for me. So as far as in my mind, I'm thinking like, man, I got to get in here. We're gonna be banging with other cities, which we did. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of fighting, but I was the barber in there though, so a lot of stuff, man, kind of kept me isolated from too, because I had a sweet job. But then one day I went to the library, and I seen a book on the table in the library, and it said it was a name definition book. I'm like, so I passed it up at first, right? So I go to the shelves looking for a book. On my way out, I grabbed the name dictionary book, take it back to my cell, and I looked up the name Ronald. And when I seen that it meant king, mighty ruler / counselor, my whole life changed at that point. Like I felt purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a light went off, man, and it was like, you know what? This ain't me for real. Like I said, I mean, I really wasn't no street nigga for real. I just learned how to play the role. But prison and that whole life, I knew that I had purpose.
Set you still.
So at one point in your life, you were diamond.
Yeah.
At what point in your life, what age were you diamond, and who was diamond?
So diamond came about, man. Like so, as a kid, I had this deep self-hatred for myself. For one, like I said, my mom tried to abort me twice. Up for adoption. Like so, it was so much self-hatred that came from the people that were supposed to love me. I developed it for myself, and then when I met my biological father, like he didn't like this good kid. You know what I'm saying? He wanted me to be everything bad. He wanted me to be like him, and that made me develop even more self-hatred because it's like, man, you don't like me the way that I am. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was kids. Remember, we was kids. Like nappy hair is popping now. We was kids.
Nah, you probably had a Jerry curl.
Nah, it never had a Jerry curl. I had the S curl. Get it right. It's a difference.
Okay.
Nah, but like for real, like so I had nappy hair. I was poor. You know what I'm saying? So like I just had this deep self-hatred for myself. So by the age of like 13, 14, after I did like my third robbery and started kind of like getting inducted into the streets a little bit, I decided that I wanted to become something, man, that people could love. And you figure diamonds, all the girls love diamonds. Diamonds are strong. Diamonds are, valuable. A diamond represented everything that I wanted to be, right? So that's how I took on the name Diamond. You know what I'm saying? It was valuable. I was so insecure and so low self-esteem. So of course there was no self-value. So like I said, Diamond made up everything that I wanted to be. So Diamond, exactly. So Diamond was this, it was an identity. It was, like I said, it was a movie role that I was playing, and that's how Diamond came about.
And you wrote a book about Diamond, right?
I did. It's an Amazon bestseller, and I got my Netflix deal off of it. So.
Okay, tell us about the Netflix deal.
So Rotimi, I don't know if your listeners know who Rotimi is.
It's Dre off of Power. Everybody.
Yeah.
He's a singer as well.
Yeah, so he's playing me. I don't know if people know. This is from like the old heads. Mark Lawrence, when remember when he was taking that, they were gonna take that trip, that snow trip, and they thought that Tommy was gonna propose to the white girl, and everybody was trying to get him like not to, and the dude that played like the Muslim Black Panther dude that was in it, Sean Baker. So he's gonna be playing my adoptive father.
Oh wow.
No, yeah, he's playing my adoptive father. And they still trying to fill the role to play my biological father. They got a couple of names on there. Common is one of the names that they
Get out of here.
So it's not definite yet, but so yeah, it's gonna be a series.
Okay, so
my story is so big, you know what I'm saying? Like when I first met with people, the directors out in LA, and I was telling them my story, it was like, man, your story is too big to cut out certain pieces from it. You know what I'm saying? Like Antoine Fisher, you know, his movie. They was able to put it into an hour and a half because most of it wasn't relevant. You know what I'm saying? So they was cutting pieces. Mine started from conception. I was conceived by rape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
it's
like intense.
Yeah, you can't take nothing out of it. You know what I'm saying? It all fits. So they got so I just got an email. The writers they got 12 episodes written.
Wow. And it's going straight to Netflix?
Yeah. So yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So what's the name of the series?
Diamond.
Okay. So now did you write a part 2 for Diamond? Or was it another book?
I did, but actually I don't have the ending to it yet. I thought I was gonna have the ending to it when you know, I'm an activist, I'm a childhood trauma activist, and we've been pushing legislation for a state of emergency on childhood trauma.
A state of emergency.
And I thought that the city was getting ready to actually, you know, sign on to my legislation, which they did, but they only did it symbolically. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I didn't want that to be the ending to my Diamond 2.
Promise.
Yeah. You know, it's all just about symbolism. So Diamond 2 is not finished yet. But when it is, you'll be the first to know.
Oh, wait.
So y'all make sure y'all look out for Diamond 1.
Okay, so there's another book though, correct?
I got a couple of books. Yeah.
Okay, tell us about your books.
The Face of Trauma. So The Face of Trauma, I wanted people, man, to really understand what trauma, what childhood trauma was. Because, you know, like in the Black community, we've created our own diagnosis for what's you know, childhood trauma, right?
PTSD.
Our diagnosis, our diagnoses are like this. Oh, that bitch crazy. That nigga off the hook.
I mean, that's
the
true.
kids are bad. Like these are our diagnoses for issues that are childhood, you know, childhood trauma related.
That's
just looking for attention.
And people don't even realize that, like, those are that's trauma. Those are trauma responses that we don't really even understand what it is or what's going on in our community, right? We done normalized all of this behavior and not even understanding that it's, like I said, it's a biological issue, man. It's a nervous system issue, condition, and we don't even understand, you know, what we live in, man. That the demon of this thing, man, is so powerful. And like I said, it's become so normalized for us that, you know, violence, that's normal. Low academics in school, broken families, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
And they call you square when you're not that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we got to take a break, and we'll be right back with some more of Diamond. Lipo in the drawer, y'all. Detox. Take the detox one time a day. Do the lipo in the drawer twice a day. Wrap in saran wrap. Put your belt on. Look at that waist. It worked, y'all. Call me 480-9200, y'all. Can't go wrong. How you like it? How it feel?
It's like I had my shape from about 20 years ago.
Okay, see what I'm saying? It works. Lipo in a jar. Ain't Spanish.
Well, no.
It's Devine.
Hey. That was Big Girl Promise by Jacine. And so we're back. Thanks again for tuning in to Busy One Radio, the Lady Devine Show. And we're here with Ronald Hummons and Sincere.
Hey,
What's up, Sincere?
what's happening?
So we talked about Diamond. I know you had a tragedy that happened. It's been how many years? Where your son
June 19,
was
2015.
2015. And do you feel like talking about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, my son was Trey Pierre. He was the young man that got shot out in Madisonville. He was involved in, the Officer Kim shooting. And yeah, that definitely, man, it changed my life in a major way. Because I never imagined that, I don't think no parent would imagine a child committing suicide. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, of course, the prosecutor and the police and the media, they tried to create a really negative narrative around it to make it seem like he was this, this thug and like it was like a police shooting. And it had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was personal towards him. It was that on June 19, 2015, that was classic childhood trauma. Because see, what people don't know is when he was 9 years old, I fought for custody for him, and I learned that his mama was, he was getting it bad. You know what I'm saying? His mama was on drugs real bad. She had married a real life crackhead. And so, his home life was really bad. You know what I'm saying? And I filed for custody for him. Paid $5,000 to this attorney, and I'm thinking like, okay, me being who I am, because at that time, I had film, I had done programs, all these businesses, so I was well known in the city.
And what was your business?
Man, which one? C-Town clothing line.
Y'all remember that?
It was the hoodie with the map of Cincinnati all over, all the neighborhoods of Cincinnati all over, with the Cincinnati C-Town shoes. Yeah. I tell you, I had Avondale lit up, man. Lincoln Heights, like I'm talking about, the city was lit up. The C-Town shoes with the map on the side of it.
Do you have a drink?
Yeah, I got a energy drink called Jetty Juice. It's an aphrodisiac energy drink, so it'll get you,
jetty.
Yeah, get you jetty.
I know what that means.
So yeah, like I said, man, I was a super serial entrepreneur, super serial entrepreneur. I had so many businesses. So when I filed for custody for him, I'm thinking like, okay, I got all this going on for myself. Mom's a drug addict. She's under investigation at that time for child abuse. And the judge would not give me custody. He said, you know what, I determined that I'm going to leave him over there in this home, even though I lived in a beautiful home. I was married at the time, great family.
Like black man problem.
Well, the thing is, like I said, childhood trauma is a systematic issue, right? So think about it. If we put him over there with his father, that's going to be a number that we're going to miss from the penitentiary, from being a drug addict, from, getting killed out in the streets.
Because they get how much per day at the prison for per person?
I don't know how much per day, but
It's thousands of dollars. I know that.
they get $67,000 a year.
$67,000 a year. So they wanted that 67, and they said go on over there.
Yeah.
Leave his son on the street.
The thing is, I filed for custody for him twice, at the age of 9 and again at 14, and both times they would not give me custody of him. And this has been my fight, over the last 8 years. And the only thing that I've been pushing is trying to help people understand is that what happened on June 19, 2015 could have been prevented if they had given me custody of my son. Because my 20-year-old son right now, he's in his third year at UC. He graduated. He's the only black student graduated cum laude from Walnut Hills. Graduated with a 4.7. You know what I'm saying? He just produced a song that's number 12 on the UK charts. It's gonna went viral. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, for real, when it comes to raising my kids, if they would give me my son, none of that would ever happen. Officer Kim would still be here. Yeah. But they don't want to focus on that because they don't want to deal with our trauma. Our trauma, man, is $1 trillion industry.
Where did he do it? At his mom's house?
No, it happened on West.
Madisonville.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
My
what
heart
type
goes out
of
to you,
steps have you been taking to try to change things?
Well, first, I went and did a 48-hour hunger strike on the steps of the State House in Columbus, Ohio, to raise awareness on Black and brown children that live with PTSD.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's more Black kids that live with PTSD than it is soldiers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't even realize that, man. The numbers are crazy. So, I didn't really, when I got into activism, I didn't really know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just knew that it was a big issue, right? Because I'm seeing all these movements around, police brutality and all of this stuff. But then when I learned how pervasive childhood trauma was, I was disheartened, honestly, because I'm like, how has there never been a movement for childhood trauma? Childhood trauma is the biggest epidemic that the Black community has ever seen. It is the biggest natural disaster we've ever seen, and there has never been a movement. So I created a movement around it. I went and did a hunger strike, man, in December in Columbus in the freezing cold I was out there for 2 days, no food, felt like I was gonna die. It was a couple of times, man, for real. I thought it was gonna end for me. But I knew that I had to stay because I'm like, if I give this movement up, it's gonna be millions of kids, man, that's gonna pay the price. You know what I'm saying? The Black community is gonna pay the price. So I decided I'm gonna stick this thing out. Sacrifice major. A radical issue calls for a radical response.
Yes.
And I became that radical response. So after that, you know what I'm saying, I started getting some attention in the media. And then the people in the State House, they started, checking me out. So that's when I moved from there and I started going in the State House, man, and really started learning my way around about politics and what we need to do. So I found a model, the perfect model, right? Opioids. When opioids started affecting the white community up in northern Ohio,
It's time for action.
Man, immediately.
It wasn't like the crack.
It was, I mean,
You got put in jail.
the action though, man, was like so immediate, right? Because soon as the addiction and the overdoses started affecting, it was Plymouth, Ohio, up in northern Ohio. This little small rural area, for one, Plymouth, Ohio is a small rural area, but it's majority white. When it started affecting there, the U.S. Department of Labor, the CIA, the Department of Justice, how did they all get involved to get behind, to start investigating that? And they declared, and they didn't investigate it as if they did with the Black community for like a war on drugs. You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to put you in jail for it.
When they investigated, it switched up for them. They was empathetic.
Right.
They were concerned.
Hospitalized.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so this, like I said, the CIA, the Department of Justice, and the Department of Labor, and the FBI all got behind that, man. They started digging into how these drugs got there. And then they declared a state of emergency on opioids. Now think about it. The listeners understand. They didn't say a state of emergency on addiction.
Right.
Because if they would have said that, then guess what? That would have affected the Black community, poor whites, and Hispanics.
Right.
They specifically said a state of emergency on opioids because opioids affects the white community at a 97% higher rate than any other community. So they knew exactly who they were targeting, right? My daddy, let me tell you something else crazy. My daddy was killed right before I came home from the joint in '99. The young dude, man, put some chopped up mothball and put it in his heroin. So
Oh, wow.
yeah. So he go shoot it. He was in his apartment building on the corner of 14th and Am. He go to shoot it. He was in the hallway from just the reports that I got, and he started having heart convulsions. He fell off the third floor banister and fell all the way down and busted his head. That's how he died, right? I landed in the lobby. And so when the police got there, they initially had prepared to charge him with drug abuse because he wasn't dead yet, but he's out. So they prepared to charge him with drug abuse, and then when they realized he was dead, so that's your first intent,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to white people though, oh no, we have
Narcan.
Yeah,
man, listen,
Bring them back.
Give us our Narcan now. You know what I'm saying? Like the Black community, give us our Narcan, it heals from our community. So anyway, so when I seen the model and how they created the state of emergency on opioids and how many billions they spent on it, I said, okay, cool. That's the model I'm gonna use for the Black community. Give us a state of emergency on childhood trauma. Give us our Narcan.
Right.
Heal our communities. You know what I'm saying? So that's my bill right now is HCR 45. I just been working it, man, and been pushing it on the state level, local level, and the federal level.
So how can people help get this pushed through?
Honestly, it's not really too much that people can do to help at this point. You know what I'm saying? We in the capital. You know what I'm saying? DC. Yeah.
So ain't no petitions, no nothing.
I did all that, and nobody jumped on board. None of the churches. You know what I'm saying? None of the community.
No, that feeling.
I got no support, Holly, whatsoever, man, from people. So that's why at this point I'm like, I still got to do what I got to do regardless. What if I got support or not? You know what I'm saying? And we actually in a good space though in 2024 because, like I said, my bill is in the state house. We got a bill in the Capitol in DC on the federal level and on the local level. I just asked to be co-chair on the board at the health department for the behavioral mental health.
Yes.
So like for real, like we making moves because this thing right here, this is purpose. This is my purpose. Like all of my suffering, man, and my son's death, it's not gonna be in vain. So you know what I'm saying? Like this purpose, man, is about healing and it's about liberation. You know what I'm saying? Like, because for real, if the Black community, man, if we don't heal from our trauma, we would never thrive. We just continue living in survival mode. That's all we see.
Down the same cycle.
That's it. It's, man, just
over and over again.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
But my legislation, though, man, will create generational healing. Like, and it'll continue on healing long after I'm dead and gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what? This thing, man, this thing is big for real that we doing. This is actually my movement for real is the biggest movement that we probably ever seen in this generation.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Bigger than Black Lives
I don't
Matter.
even think people have a clue. You know, when we were younger and they had that song, "A Bill is a Bill," and they talked about how a bill is done.
That's why, you know what, I went back and I actually watched that. Like, this was really about 4 years ago. I ain't gonna lie, I was YouTube it, trying to see if I could learn something from that because I didn't know what I was doing.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody,
Didn't explain.
I've never seen anybody but you go so far to get a bill up there in Congress.
Policy is what got us here. Policy is what's gonna get us out. All of these movements, man, Black Lives Matter and all this other BS, for real, that's all it is. Because think about
It's a gimmick now.
Black Lives Matter, man, with the money that they have, the institution that they have, like, and then the influence from all these celebrities worldwide, they cannot get one piece of legislation passed. We've had 5 pieces of legislation passed, and on my team, we was only 4 of us.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't that their motive in the first place?
Symbolism. But for real, Black people, man, we so addicted to symbolism though that for real we get excited off of that. Oh, they put a street, wrote, you know, we painted the Black Lives Matter in the street. We excited. But
I
yeah,
got my shirt. You got your shirt.
Well, listen, we so addicted to symbolism, like tangibles. We don't know about tangibles. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we don't even really care about tangibles because if it sound good and it feel good to us, then hey, BLM forever. They whatever.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of settling over the last couple generations, y'all.
We stuck in survival mode.
Yeah. So they owe us money from slavery, right? Do you think we'll ever see that?
They get ready to pass it out in California.
Really?
Yeah, they prepared. I mean,
do they actually call it reparations?
Yeah, they actually call it reparations.
So how is it
It's called the Reparation Act. Yeah, and it's gonna pass out there. I mean, it's a democratic state, so.
Okay. Yeah, so it got to come down.
So they talking about like money, but they breaking it down though, like education, taxes, like. So you know the sectors that they broke it down to was pretty dope.
So do we need to move to California to get
I ain't
this?
moving to no damn.
I
much
want
rather
my
the Atlantic
reparation.
Ocean over the Pacific.
Give me mine now. Callers, if you want to call in, you could dial 513-301-7119 and you could ask us questions or talk to Mr. Hummons. But yes, so
more than your safety and your soul. California ain't no good to nobody that just want to be a human.
Oh yeah?
Most of it.
Okay.
Most of that culture of like, you know, right now we in the midst of the entertainment business, but we freelance. We work for us. So that being said, if you just happen to want to sign a deal, you may have to meet one of these people that want things from you that you don't agree with. Now, that's when you have to ask yourself how important is that money.
Right. Do you sell your soul to the devil?
Yeah.
We'll be back, y'all. What's up, everybody? This is Lady Devine. It's Wine Down Wednesday. Go get your wine, y'all. And we got that old school basement music. You know that one that make you sweat, y'all? Like, with the flashing lights.
I can do whatever I wanted to.
Because of your word.
Because God gave it to me. And now I'm using the tool that He gave me, which is this voice that I'm here with these lovely women.
Say,
guess what? We all lifting each other.
yes.
But it took me 40 years to learn how to say, no, I cannot do it.
And you covering it up because you know you in the wrong. You doing wrong. Stop it, sister. Stop. Stop letting these men take advantage of you.
It's Devine.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. The Busy One Radio, the Lady Devine Show. Ooh,
With an echo. Let's go.
So we're going to finish up our conversation with Mr. Ronald Hummons. And again, if you want to call in, dial 513-301-7119.
Yep.
So Ronald, tell us where are you at now? Where's the film at? Or the series? Are they getting ready to start filming? Are they gonna film in Cincinnati? What's going on?
I don't know if they're gonna film in Cincinnati or not. They're coming here actually next month. Some of the producers and directors, they coming here next month to just check it. No, wait a minute. No, we're in February now. They coming at the end of this month. On the 26th.
It's like a bonus, then.
Yeah. They come and just check out the city and I told them it's not the same. Like the projects I grew up in on the corner of 12th and Broadway, those are condos now. So
wow, even when you named it now, that sounds expensive.
yeah, like
so
I told them, I said it doesn't look even like Lincoln Course is not there no more. So we don't have a projects. You know what I'm saying?
That was down the way now.
Yeah, like Laura Holmes. So we don't. That's this is where I grew up at. So like I said, so they gonna come check it out. But yeah, so I don't know where nobody go from there. But so right now, man, I'm just I'm getting ready for a tour. I got an 8-city tour I'm doing for my book, and it's gonna be promoting the film as well. That's called the Diamond Tour.
Sweet.
So I'm really excited about.
So what's the 8 cities you going to?
Houston, Dallas, New York, LA, Sacramento, Oakland, Atlanta, DC. I think that's it. So,
shit, in that order?
No, I don't know if it's that order now, but it's
a lot.
But that's really you going out there speaking, and you're speaking through. Is that through TEDx?
No, TEDx is something different. TEDx is his own. Yeah, no, I did my first TEDx talk last year in September in North Dakota University. That was huge. Like TEDx is the biggest platform, you know what I'm saying, for speakers. And they hit me up and asked me to headline it. Like I didn't even have to apply for it, which was crazy.
Wow.
You seen something in you, player?
Yeah, so the coordinator of it actually follows me on LinkedIn, and she inboxed me, was like, you know what, I want you to headline it. So I did that TEDx talk. I got another TEDx talk coming up in Kansas City. This is separate from the tour. So I'm super excited about that. That's going to be at the Governor's Forum. And because people, they dig what I'm talking about this childhood trauma. You know what I'm saying?
You do realize that that's inspiring, bro. I mean, just to hear your story and even recent tragedy, recent loss, and it's still a mission.
Yes, sir.
It's still a mission, dude. That's why they use a headliner by just probably eating lunch. You're probably eating and just talking like you're doing with us right now. And we can see the God in you, G.
That's what's up.
Yes, indeed.
the thing I want people to understand too, though, man, is we got to get on our healing journey.
Yes,
we got to start it. I'm telling you, boy. Because I'm telling you right now, my healing journey has been severe. Because, so this is the thing about it. I of course I heard the term and knew the term trauma, but I didn't really know what childhood trauma was until the death of my son. That's the reason why my book, on the cover of my book, is me looking in the mirror and my son's baby, his baby picture looking back at me. Wow. I didn't know what childhood trauma actually was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand how it affects our nervous systems, how it affects our behaviors. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, our behaviors, man, literally are created through our traumas. You know what I'm saying? The fight, flight, or freeze. People don't even understand. Like, for real, these are nervous system conditions. Yeah. So, me reacting, to want to fight, it comes from trauma. Me reacting, or want to run or want to freeze. Like, so our behavior, man, is so affected by our trauma. But like I said, because we don't really know what it is, and we created our diagnosis like, oh, that bitch crazy. No, she might have been touched when she was little. She might have been beat. You know what I'm saying? Might have been abandoned. Right. So so now you see, what you see is her trauma response.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, and it's been so normalized, we're not even paying attention to the fact that that's bringing pain on that person. That's not normal to them. Right. It's normal and common to hear about cases of that, but to the actual victims, they'll never be the same.
Yeah. And overlooked.
And I think we all have our own story that way. Yeah. Tragedy and all, and some not so tragic, but it's the same system. It's the same cycle. It's the same, and we're part of it.
So I could see your 8-city tour, your TEDx speaking engagements, the series coming out, Diamond. I mean, you just just blow up.
Yeah, like I said, my purpose, man, is to heal and liberate. Yes, you know what I'm saying? That's my only focus right now. Is my purpose.
And then, eventually they gonna sign that bill.
Yeah, it's gonna happen this year.
This year.
Yes, it's gonna be declared this year.
It's actually unignorable. You can't. It's about as legit as a case gets. So you wouldn't really know how evil they are if this is something that's rejected. Yeah, you really know that the purpose is to keep us in the box.
So who would have thought little Ronald from down the way, turn into Diamond, go back around, start all these businesses, and then have a trauma in his own life.
Mind you, this was always the true him.
And then go to the state to get a bill passed.
We're gonna act like an inmate.
A state of emergency. And looks what's set how he's set up now. Mm-hmm. A whole 8-city tour.
Diamond in the rough.
The speaking engagements with TEDx.
Yeah.
The series.
Like I said, man, it's all about purpose. It's when I was in the joint, this dude said something to me, man, and it's so crazy because dude was actually kind of slow, but it was something that was speaking through this dude, man, and he just came out of nowhere and said it. He said, "When a purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable." Mm-hmm. And it was so powerful that he said.
Say that one more time.
I wanted to steal it for real, but I give him credit. Like I can't
just spread it out.
Yeah, I can't even take it. Like I gotta give him credit. He said, when abuse is not, when a purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. So think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, even just over our lives, man, it could be, over your money or whatever it is, man, your possessions. When a purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And when, when I look at the years that I spent, man, living in my trauma, you know what I'm saying? Basically, self-abuse on myself, like, man, you know what? So so that's why purpose, man, is everything for me now. You know?
No more idle time, y'all.
That's
step towards those objectives, those goals.
Well, I applaud you, Ronald. We've been friends for a very long time, and I'm just ecstatic that you've grown so much, and you have so many things that you have accomplished that the average person would never get. So. We applaud you.
Yes, sir.
Closing words, Kenny.
Kenny always got the closing words because we all actually have the same purpose when it comes to these closing words. Nothing should be able to be in your way. Like, absolutely nothing, because it takes you to allow that to happen. So either way, it's still your fault. We're not here to make excuses. Matter of fact, we're not even here to act like we got a second chance at this because you don't. There's one life that you have. Try your best, or sit somewhere comfortably and watch us do it. Because that's it. It's your one chance. So those are my finishing words. Sincere. Find me on IG. Sincere. It's spelled incorrectly, but you know my face. Kenny Sincere Johnson on Facebook.
Did you know that?
Yeah. People find me. They tell me they
but
did find
you
me.
spelled it incorrect.
Well, it's CINSEIE. And that's just representing the city. But it's still spelled sincere.
All right. So you sincere.
And,
so you have any shows coming up, sincere?
I haven't booked any shows. I've actually been prepping to get my next term of college in. I'm going to be studying psychology at UC.
Hey!
And, I'm setting big goals. I do want to get back on stage because to me, that is therapy.
It is.
Getting up there venting. And that's why we do this. That's why we chose this type of thing because it allows us to express ourselves. And as a psychologist, they kind of go hand in hand with this episode was about because that's always been my goal. I've always been more of an empath than, judging people because it's ain't shit either.
So your jokes are they do you emphasize with people or do you just go for them?
Well, I really pretty much deliver the things that make me laugh.
Okay.
So you got a mixture of the raunchiness of Martin with the cleverness of Dave Chappelle, and then some things ain't got a punchline. It's just funny.
Okay, well, make sure you don't steal any of Cat Williams' jokes, okay?
I ain't stealing nothing from Cat Williams. I heard he pay you if you in need. Hey, Cat, we still out here. We still out here, buddy. We love you, boy.
All right, closing words, Mr. Ronald Hummons.
Man, heal. Be intentional about your healing. Let that be more important to you than anything. For real, we got to heal us so that we can heal us. Meaning, heal us so that we can heal us.
Yes, sir.
Let's get out of survival mode. We've been surviving long enough. It's time for us to live.
It's time to live.
I think that more African Americans need to probably seek counsel. Talk to somebody because we hold in so much and we don't let things out. Everything's bottled up inside of us, and we're just ready to explode at any moment. You know what I mean? So, talk to somebody, a friend, a pastor, somebody.
Yeah, it don't mean you got to pay for therapy.
Yeah.
It's just somebody that's actually willing to listen and give you reasonable feedback.
So I want to thank you all for tuning in to the Busy One Radio and listening to the Lady Devine Show. And I hope you enjoyed what we have for you today. Make sure you guys put the guns down, love each other more, talk about your issues to somebody, stay peaceful, y'all. We got to. Love you. See you next week.
Yep.